We want back ends. Wipe my sins. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. The champions in. We want back ends. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. The champions in. Yeah. Wake up, the cake up, raise up, or make us do something we don't want to. Bite down on you, right now on you. Juke to the left, they dodging it. Can't play the role, you fraudulent. Waiting on the right for the stars in it. 4x4 double parking it. Wanna play like cars in it. Where the right flag, they forfeit it. Now I got a ring too gorgeous. Damn, I gotta treat it like forges. It sound like I wanna scratch it. Try to take the ring, I'ma tackle you. I guess I'm a Super Bowl bachelor. Go hard in the gym, no cameras. I think I see blood, no Dracula. I'm an animal, eating up amateurs. Too active, y'all can't handle it. No taxing, we'll dismantle it. Shake up the building and ramble it. Whip it, shut up the...
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Miami Dolphins. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. Fielded about a yard deep. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
On the counter, here's Gordon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56.
Back to throw. Wilkins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken around the 12. Oh, another one. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Hey, 20.
Here's Tannehill. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills, 61 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Leopard! Leopard! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Gun!
Looking to throw on second down. Wilkins. This is Gordon on the dump off. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
No, check! Patriot! Patriot!
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Gun! 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 Gun!
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, 20.
They run it with Balaj. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Balaj. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too. 2
runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
30. Let's go, get set.
Off play action, Tannehill. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long.
Let's go. 80.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. This will be caught inside the 10. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Ryan Tannehill with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw. The ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
The extra point now coming from Myers. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it here. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. You don't see too many conversions on 4th and 10, but we just did there. A gain of 14 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Gone! Hurry up, here we go.
On 1st and 10, Wilkins. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Stephon Anthony. He's the one that finally ends up corralling him, and my goodness, that is a disastrous loss.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
To throw on second down. Wilkins. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Balaj. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Hurry!
Now Balaj. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Tannehill on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and still the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
And Myers able to knock it through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
On 1st down, Wilkins. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction. Now,
meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Detroit! Detroit!
They're going to try and throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Now a handoff looking right. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This is fielded at the goal line. Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. In for the score. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Looking to throw. Wilkins going underneath for Gordon. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilkins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilkins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeForest Buckner coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's taken to the 26. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
yeah.
we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Open space inside the 10, and down to the 7-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Green 39! Green 39!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Now let's go!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. Able to knock it through, and the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, Wilkins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in football.
He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Hunter Henry brings it in. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
So now here come the Dolphins. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Right back to him on 1st down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On the toss, here's Balaj. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And on the ground they go with a running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Their season ends here. A tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that? They got there, had an opportunity, and for some teams, they have to lose games like this before they learn how to win them in later seasons.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon.
Y'all know his name? Ayo, Mac, ladies and gentlemen, C5, Wayne time. Yeah. Zone. Let me see your shoulders work. I mean, I don't know what y'all came here to do, but if you ain't got a lighter, what for?
What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. At your head, like a buffalo. You a roughneck, I'm a cutthroat. You a tough guy, that's enough jokes. Then the sun died, the night is young though. The diamonds still shine, in the rough. What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, where the ones go? It's a show, put you front row. Talking bro, let your tongue show. Money over and above, that is still my favorite love quote. Put the aside, what the for? I sleep with the when she don't snow. What the yo? Where the love go? Trade the ski mask for the it's a bath. Where the suns go? It's the Swiss B. That'll drums go. If she's iffy, that'll go. If she's double cup toast, I got a duffel full of hundos. That'll love go. Where's the uproar? What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. Snatch your head like a buffalo. What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. Snatch your head like a buffalo. Get the though. I don't bluff, bro. I come out the scuffle without a scuffle. Bro, I don't though. Yellow diamonds up close, catch a sunstroke at your front door with a store. Knock, knock, who's there's how it won't go. This the jungle, so have the utmost for the nutsos. And we nuts so, what the bro? Where I'm from, bro. We grow up fast, we roll up slow. We throw up, she throw up. Dreadlock, ain't time like you don't know. Put the in the bag like a lawnmower. Head pull back like a cornrow. Extra in a stash like a console. Listening to Bono, you listen to Dono. What the bro? Where the love go? Swizzy, he the chef. I like my lunch gross. Just look up, bro. That the scuds go. I see the. But where did bro go? To the unknown. Only way he coming back is through his unborns. If you see what's in my bag, think I'm a lord. It's empty when I give it back. Now where's the uproar? What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. Snatch your head like a buffalo. What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. Snatch your head like a buffalo.
Checking to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis that's light. Rape in the city that's light. LED look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it in my block. Look what you swear. Somebody. These Ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them laying and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big on me up. You posted up at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. No court. I want that coffee. I'm tripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones that don't light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like
Wait, me, boy. Feel hands in your fingers. Get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get to fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zip the back like a pogo. They popo. Had a G-Ray. Find a cable to his neck. Won't ride down the Soho. One's black and the other like a polio. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. Gently. Ain't been friends with these. When I was down out of soul had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm up like mistletoe. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Don't get the and give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you're not. And I know you see just you're not happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting walk, got a big band, it's like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with a no, it's
I got
talking
that check into golf. Lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that court. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones that don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The iPhone IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I dine. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get funky with too groovy you me. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. J-Rock ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that court. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones that don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.